Russia and China are the perfect scapegoats for the U.S. military and the U.S. government, and here's why I think that. Right now, there are a few issues in the U.S. military that we need to talk about. Right now, U.S. troops have absolutely no motivation to be in the U.S. military because there's almost zero deployments. If you're in the U.S. Army, you're either going to deploy to the Mexican border, you might go to North Africa, or you might do some sort of peacekeeping mission. A very, very small percent will go to Syria, maybe. But other than that, most people who join the U.S. Army are not going to do anything. There's no more Afghanistan. That was going to be your deployment. That was going to be where you get to do your job. And Iraq has been over with. We're hardly sending troops to Iraq. But other than that, there's really nothing going on, and that's a very big problem. So the reason why I'm saying this is because back when 9/11 happened, that gave so many people a reason to join the military. That was like, come on, USA. And then obviously Iraq happened, and more people are like, yeah, we got to stop terrorism. Yeah, we're going to go to Iraq. You don't have any of that right now. All you have is you're going to get free college, decent benefits, and yeah, that's why you should join the military. And I think the U.S. government and the U.S. military know that, because that's a very big problem. The other issue you have is a whole political versus soldier thing where there are soldiers literally suing the government because they don't want to take a COVID vaccine because of religious exemptions. And we haven't seen that for almost ever. I mean, there are literally Navy SEALs, regular soldiers who are going out of their way, paying out of their pocket, or finding nonprofits to sue the DOD and tell them, hey, I have a religious exemption. You guys are invoking on my constitutional rights, and I don't want to take the COVID vaccine. So that's why right now there's a bit of tension between people like the new generation. Why would you join the military if I have to go to court against the DOD? And I'm seeing all these soldiers and everybody else hating their job. And I really think that's why right now they care all of a sudden about Russia. The U.S. military has always watched Russia, has always watched China, but right now they really care. And I'm calling total BS on this whole thing, that all of a sudden we cannot figure out a way to work with Russia. Because if you didn't know, there were Irish fishermen who were able to negotiate with the Russian Navy to back off each other. So you're telling me fishermen can negotiate with Russia, but the U.S. military can't negotiate with Russia. I do not believe, I'm a little skeptical on the whole thing, and I really think the main reason why all of a sudden we care about Russia and China, like right now a lot, is because the U.S. military needs some sort of motivation to get their troops to want to train. Because if they don't give their troops a reason to train, everybody's going to get out, because what's the reason of being in the military if you don't get to actually do your job? Anyway, those are my opinions on the whole matter. I sort of went through this when the whole ISIS thing happened. They're like, hey, you guys are going to go fight in Syria for ISIS, blah, blah, blah. Nothing ever happened. They sent a completely different unit knowing that we weren't going to go to Syria. So I've been through this, and I think that's kind of what's going on right now, especially considering the whole Mexican border mission right now is absolutely going horrible, and the U.S. government does not want people knowing what's really going on the Mexican border. So anyway, stay tuned for more information on what's going on.